In today's video, we're going to talk about reasons you do not want to live in the Santa Maria and Orchid area. So the first thing I want to talk about is the lack of things to do here in Santa Maria. I did do a video, 5 things to do in Santa Maria. I'll link it right up here in the cards. But beyond that, there's just not a whole lot in this area. I'm sure I missed a couple. When I was younger, the mall used to be very popular. It used to be very busy. You could spend a half day, a full day at the mall, but it's been dying down a lot lately over the past handful of years. Stores going out of business, stores struggling to stay in business in there. It's not just here in Santa Maria. That's the case with malls all across the U.S., especially with the rise of internet shopping. But beyond that, like I said, if you're the type of person that likes to get out, go do things and have fun with people, there's just not a lot to do beyond going out to dinner. For me, it's not that big of a deal. I'm kind of a homebody, but if that's something that is a sticking point for you, it is something to definitely consider. As you know, I do help families here on the Central Coast with all their real estate needs. So if you know anyone looking to buy or sell, I'd love to have the opportunity to talk to them. Feel free to reach out. I've got my number, contact info below. The next thing I want to talk about is the transportation situation. In particular, the position of the freeway and how long it takes to get there if you're on the west side of town. Right now, the freeway is on the east side of town. There's not really much beyond the freeway. And if you live on the west side, it can take 10, 15 minutes to get to your home. And that's without traffic. On a busy day when there's traffic and you're hitting red lights, it can take a significant amount of time to get to your place. So, one of the things I hope that they do in the future here is route another freeway along kind of the west side of town right now, the far boundary. That could really help clear things up, but it's not a big deal. It's not huge, but it is something to consider, especially if you're looking at buying houses over on the west side of town. Speaking of the west side of town, if you live over in Orchid or you live on the west side of Santa Maria, one thing that does happen almost every night is when the sun starts going down, it starts getting closer to when the temperatures are cooling down, it can get very windy. Now, I don't know if it's like this all over town, but where I live in Orchid, almost every single night it gets very windy. If you have allergies, if you have problems with that, that could be something that comes up. Like I said, over here in Orchid, right next to the fields, it happens almost every night. There's mountains that run east to west towards the ocean, and I think they're kind of a funnel for that wind. But that is something to consider if you have allergies or if you are bothered by the wind. The fourth thing I want to talk about is how far away Santa Maria is from Pismo Beach, Arroyo Grande, and San Luis Obispo. If you're from a bigger city, this might not seem like a big deal, but it is about 20 minutes drive, 30 minutes to get to Arroyo Grande, 45 to get to San Luis. We are kind of offset from the rest of what you would consider the Central Coast, and that is something to consider when purchasing a home here. All right, so I do want to sprinkle in just a little bit of positive, do some Salt Bae on it, because we are talking all negatives here. So let's talk about something good about Santa Maria. Cost of living here. The cost of housing is the cheapest on the Central Coast. In addition to that, Santa Maria is one of the only areas that has a lot of room for growth. There's fields kind of on either side of the city, and new houses and new pretty affordable houses are being built pretty much continuously. So if you're looking to get into real estate, or if you're looking for a more reasonably priced place here on the Central Coast, Santa Maria is a good option for that. And you're getting, there's a lot of newer home development, a lot of newer home growth, so you're getting new homes to choose from. All right, and the last thing I want to talk about, the last negative about Santa Maria is, I don't know what this is exactly, but every once in a while, a few times a week, you're driving through town and it can get really stinky. And I'm not sure what it is, but it's almost like a sewage smell. I don't know if it's from the farms, from fertilizer, but there's periods of times where there can be some pretty bad smells through Santa Maria. I'm sure if you go to Costco, if you go to Best Buy, you'll notice this. It happens between basically like Stoll, Main Street, and Betaravia, and then all the way kind of west from there. So that is something to consider. It's not all the time. It happens every once in a while. Again, I don't know if it's fertilizer in the fields or what it is, but sometimes there is some stench and it smells like sewer. So I hope I didn't scare you away. That's not my intention with this video, but I do want to be honest and transparent about both the pros and cons of the Santa Maria area. Overall, it is a very good place to live. I grew up in the 5 cities. I lived in Pismo Beach, Arroyo Grande, Oceano, Nipomo, Grover Beach, and I moved out here to Orchid just about 3 years ago. I really do overall enjoy the area. And again, there are a lot of benefits to it as well. So I did want to just point out some of the cons that I have experienced living here for a few years, and let you be the judge if those are deal breakers for you, or if it's something that you could work with. So if you found this video helpful, consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down and leave a comment. I'd appreciate it. Again, if you know anyone looking for any real estate needs to buy or sell, or they need anything at all like a landscaper, a roofer, a plumber, feel free to reach out. We've got lots of contacts in the industry. My name's Christian Tiessen. I am with Hubbell Real Estate, and look forward to talking to you very soon.